There were two guys who were very good friends growing up, and they decided when they got old enough, their 20s, to open up a business together. They opened up this beautiful, flourishing business, and they made a lot of money. Unfortunately, after a few years of the business, times move on, times got harder, the business started to fail, and like many times, unfortunately, two partners in the business, they start to blame each other. Until one day, one of the partners did something really, really ridiculous, a move that he shouldn't have done without asking his partner, and they lost whatever little money they had left. The other partner yelled and screamed at him, and he said, "You did that deal without me?" Now this is in front of the secretaries, "You did that deal without me? I'm going to kill you. I'm going to murder your face." He went on a tirade, just yelling at how he's going to murder his partner. I kept banging on things. He steamed out, all upset. Well, the next day, he didn't show up. The next day, they knocked on the door after him not showing up, and the partner was found dead. This could be a true story, by the way, ridiculous. The partner was found dead. So now you have 100 witnesses who all saw him threatening him. So when the cops interviewed all the people, they found out. They arrested the guy, and they brought him to stand inside a court of law. There he is. And they're going through all the different evidence of people, and really it was all just substantial evidence. There were no fingerprints, but there was all just substantial evidence. But the prosecuting attorney was so good. He was like the best. He was like Ben Arnold Schwarzenegger Brofman, right? He was just like, how does that not work in Manhattan? How did that not work? So he was just the best prosecuting attorney ever. You're going to say because Ben Brofman is a defense attorney. Okay, you're right. But this guy was the best prosecuting attorney ever. And he had convinced the entire jury that this guy, on substantial evidence, not anything that was but he convinced them all that he was guilty. And the defense lawyer saw in everybody's eyes that he did such a great job. Well, the defense lawyer stood up. He looked at the jury and said, "Men and women of the jury, I have to tell you, in all my years of being a defense attorney, I have never heard such a powerful case put to you in such a convincing way, although only circumstantial evidence, but put to you like the way that he just put it. That prosecuting attorney, I'm telling you, wow, that was incredible. I'm convinced. Wow. There's just one problem. Tomorrow at 1:15 in the afternoon in this courthouse, the supposed dead partner will be walking through those doors." And a hush fell over the crowd. He said, "What?" I said, "That's right." So everyone started talking about, "I'm order in the court, but I will have order." So the judge said, "We will take a recess, and tomorrow we will convene at 1 o'clock to see what happens. Good day." The next day, everybody packed in. Everybody was like, "I can't, this is amazing." 1 o'clock comes, couldn't get a standing room in the back. The judge is staring at everybody. Comes 1:15. The clock hits 1:15. And they're waiting. They're all staring at that door. Everybody. The defense attorney, you got the prosecutor, everybody, the jury. 1:16, 1:18, 1:20. And the judge said, "Can I call up for a quick huddle?" They come up and he said, "What's happening?" He said, "I'm telling you, he's going to come. Just give me another few minutes. I mean, there's traffic today. It's okay." 1:25, 1:30, 1:45. The judge said, "Is he showing up or not?" The defense lawyer stood up. He looked around and he said, "I would like to tell everybody in this court that in fact the dead partner will not be showing up. But everybody in this room had their eyes glued to that door because you all believed that he's going to come. And if you all believed that he's going to come, so then that circumstantial evidence that the other lawyer gave you obviously was not convincing enough, because the judge, the jury, and everybody in this room had their eyes peeled on that door you all believed." So it is not beyond a shadow of a doubt. You have to go and set my guy free. And everybody clapped, except for the prosecutor. The prosecutor stood up and said, in all my years, I have never heard such a good defense attorney bring something so incredibly powerful in my life, and I congratulate you. And it is true, we all had our eyes peeled on that door. All of us except one person. The judge was looking at it, I was looking at it, everybody was looking at it, except for the other partner. Except for the guy who certainly murdered his friend. He wasn't looking. Rabotai, when Mashiach comes, God's going to be looking for those people who are looking at the door and who weren't. God's going to be looking to say, Tzipita Yeshua, did you believe enough? Did you steer at that door enough? Did you say, he's coming any minute, I know he's coming? Or were you looking the other way saying, nah, there's no chance, I know he'll never be here. We can bring Mashiach in our lifetimes. And I don't want to die knowing that there was a chance, because I know I'm giving it my all. I don't want to die knowing that you didn't do your part, because God knows I'm doing mine. Every Amidah, I'm crying myself through it, saying, I want to get back. I want to be there. I want to march with my kids up to Mashiach, and I want him to put his hand on my head and on theirs and give us a barakah and say, thank you for believing in me. Thank you for having the passion. I know I'm doing everything that I can, and I don't want to go the way of our past generation saying, why couldn't you? Why couldn't you? Why couldn't all of us believe and pray, make ourselves kadosh, so that this time next year, oh boy, will we have the greatest laugh ever. Amen v'amen.